What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to John Boy and Jake Radio. It is Wednesday, July 15th. Jake, how you doing?
Hey, Jim. Hey, Jimmer Fredette. I'm doing okay. I think today was a tough morning to get up. I'm not sure what that was about.
Ooh.
So I was kind of feeling that, and that's been back-to-back Wednesday mornings that I feel like the Tuesday monster lingered a little bit. But I'm coming up, man. We've got editor Kyle's in the office today, which
I was happy to see that.
Yeah, there was a dream many moons ago that he was going to be in here every day, and then a pandemic hit. So it's good to see him. He's always
global
got
pandemic,
lively Yankee energy. So me, BBD, and him were rapping about some deep cut Yankee 40-man stuff that'll really.
Oh, I missed out. What were you talking about?
Really get your gourds going. Just talking about like the decision making between putting someone like Matt Duffy or Rosell Herrera on the 40-man compared to Tyro Estrada, because you could still option Tyro down to the minors where they'd have to DFA one of the other guys.
But you can't option. He'd still be on the 40-man, right?
Who?
Tyro.
Yes. But we're talking about, like, replacing guys. So...
What are you talking about for the first couple weeks with the expanded rosters?
Deep cuts baseball early.
Because I think you'd rather do Duffy Herrera early on, because you just get rid of him. You don't want to get rid of... And then you can bring Tyro up.
Right, but he's already on the 40-man.
Oh, Tyro's already on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that becomes... So, deep cuts Yankees start. And yeah, man, I was looking for a Jake-ism way to see the excitement in the office. A week and a day, man. A week from tomorrow, the New York Yankees play baseball, which we've now been dragged through the mud pretty good with the pandemic, and there's bigger world problems. But I moved to New York City. We got an office. We've been doing a lot, and it's all basically built around baseball. So it's exciting to get there. The energy's coming, and yeah, man, excited to sink my teeth into some balls.
Yeah, nice.
How are you doing?
Bad.
Tough morning.
Tough night and morning.
Noche.
I mean, from talking baseball last night,
Right.
and then to leaving the office, like I came home and I was a ball of stress, and I don't like being stressed out.
Right.
It's not my native state.
Yeah.
And Katie's stressed out because Mac is his witching hour from 5 to 6. So
Right.
like, she needs a break, so I'm like, all right, let me take him for a walk. He bolts to the door. You put the leash on him. He sits there calmly, put the leash on me, and then you walk him out, and then as soon as we get outside, he sprints, and he just plops his ass down and doesn't move at all. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
The old rope-a-dope.
So we took him to the dog park, which that was actually really fun. I'll tell you about that. But just ball of stress. I told Katie and Luke, like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm good at knowing when I'm in a bad mood.
Sure.
And warning people.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like Katie always says, you're good at that. Like, I'm good at being, hey, I'm really grumpy right now.
Yeah.
So, like, I apologize. Let me go be alone for a little bit and, like, get this out. I just laid on the bed, face in the corner, both arms dangling.
Sure.
Ball of stress, dude. I just feel like this. And
Yeah.
it's a lot. And then this morning, like, that was like, I thought I was crawling out of the hole, and someone threw dirt right back on my head.
Let's go get it today.
Yeah.
And then you get whacked with the shovel from behind.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get out of it. It'll be tough. Yeah, I think hopefully some of these news stories will get me out. But yeah, I'm stressed out, man.
Yeah. Tell me about the dog park.
Dude, Mac got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And he's such a baby. Like, not a pussy, like a baby. Like
Right.
a little baby. Like
Young dog.
Like, it'd be like bringing a 5-year-old to an 18-year-old pickup basketball
Right.
game and just saying, have at it.
Yeah. Enjoy.
So there's this one dog that just fucking kicked his ass.
Yeah.
Like, Katie would not have liked seeing it.
No.
Pinned him down. And I was fine because I was like, yeah, he needs to get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
You know, that dog's bigger than you. You
Yeah.
gotta figure it out. But then the dog. Then Mac didn't like it, so he was like, kind of like,
Sure.
and then the dog was like, and their owner was like, we'll leave now.
Yeah.
So they took him out. So that was really good on their owner. There's a little Chihuahua that he played with, and they were playing good. And I mean, Zimmer was a pussy too. So
Sure.
it's like so Mac will run around and then he'll hide under the bench.
Right.
Then he'll run around and hide under the bench. He gave his butt to 2 dogs. They got hard, tried to fuck him.
Yeah.
The owners were like,
Owners
we're not doing that. So Mac made 2 dogs leave.
Yeah.
One, he gave him his butt, asked for the sex.
If it was King of the Hill, he was having a great day.
And then another, he played victim so much that we made two dogs. I didn't put that together.
You're fine.
Yeah, I don't care. I think they were out anyway.
Yeah.
And then Mac tried to fuck the Chihuahua, so he's just slutting it up.
Yeah. Wow, that's so many different emotions through my high school life. No, that's the dog park is a wild place.
Yeah.
I remember being super excited when we got Noodle to go to the dog park a lot. Just because we live in an apartment and we want the dog to,
it's got too much energy out there.
Yeah. And so we had a little dog run behind our building in Denver, but, it would usually just be us out there. And, he'd get a couple wind sprints in, but not fully stretching out the legs. The first time we went to a dog park, it was a doodle get-together, a doodle meetup. And we go in, and there's a bunch of doodles. Noodle's having a blast. He's going crazy. He's a puppy. Then you just hear a shriek from this woman. She's a Karen. She's the new word for a Karen.
Yeah.
But she was in the right. There was a guy. There was a guy with an unneutered pit bull there. She goes, "What the fuck are you doing with an unneutered pit bull here?" Just going nuts on him. The guy bringing an unneutered pit bull to a dog park. He was a little off kilter himself. And so now the dogs are starting to get riled up. So Jess went into full mom mood. Get the dog, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
So we did that, and we're like, okay, that was fun. Both of us are breathing heavy.
Yeah,
so
oh shit.
Dog parks kind of came down.
Walking away from the fight,
a little bit after that. I think Matt getting bullied around a little is good though.
Oh yeah. Oh, I wanted that.
Yeah.
I wanted that, and I knew he would be a pussy. Because Zimmer was. I just clicked on the video that someone put on my timeline.
Okay.
Cover your ears if you have kids in the room. A lot of people send this with people with kids in the room. The video that just put on my Twitter timeline.
Sure.
Was a shot of a bathroom.
Yeah. Ed just sent that to us, too.
Is that where I saw it?
Maybe. He sent it to PFB chat.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that wasn't put on my timeline. Our buddy sent it to us.
One of our friends sent us this.
Jesus Christ.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, cover your kids' ears. I'm not joking. The dude puts his testicles...
What's he, fart out his ball sack?
Yeah, shits them out. He puts his testicles up his asshole and then shits them out slowly.
John Boy and Jake are on today.
Should we make BBD watch that at halftime?
Yeah.
Oh, I have something else to do at halftime. Remind me.
Nice, cute head nod from BBD. Yeah, the other good Noodle is Young Story. We went over to a friend's house, and they had a backyard, and they were like, yeah, bring Noodle. And there was two dogs there, and one was a big Aussie Shepherd, filled out, energy, kind of tough. And the other dog was even bigger than him, and it was puppy Noodle. And so they're in the backyard. We come in the house, and there's a clear door, and the dogs are playing out there, and then they see Noodle on the inside of the door, and they just stare. And it looks like, it looks like hunting animals. Let him out here. Noodle goes out there and tries to escape. He does a lap and a half. Jess is terrified. He's doing a couple good evasive maneuvers, and I'm rooting for him. And he just gets popped. It's so good.
Yeah,
and it's an unfair fight.
Yeah,
it was a 18-pound dog versus a 60 and 100-pound dog.
It's crazy. Dude, Zimmer or Mac was getting it from both sides because the little Chihuahua beats him up too.
Ooh,
he's smaller than him.
That'll change.
Oh yeah, he's flipped it halfway through. He wrestles with his brother Cash at home, and they get nippy. They bite each other. The dog park was good. It was good to go. It's a decent enough walk. It's 10 blocks, and he sucks at walking right now.
Yeah.
So by the time we get there, he wasn't gassed. We brought him home and he wanted to play some more. He wasn't gassed at all. He's home alone today. Katie's doing an airport run, so
nice.
We'll see how that goes.
My only story from last night, and I told you guys because it's just straight out of the Jake book, is I have my annual fantasy football weekend with my Oklahoma crew. Good group of guys. It's just turned into a golf weekend at this point. I'm hopeful to do it this year. It could be a Friday, Saturday thing. If I do it, it'll be 36 holes in 48 hours or something. It gets kind of nuts. But So it's late, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do the adult thing. I'll book it. I'll book it with insurance. Like, we'll see what's going on with work. We'll see what's going on with COVID. Like, whatever. But I'll have it. And if I go, I go. If I don't, it is what it is. But so I fill it all out. I'm booking it. It's through Delta. I haven't used them a lot, but whatever. It's booking a flight. And when I put in the information, I accidentally auto-populated my Denver address because it just it popped up. Both of my old and current address started with a 1.
Yeah.
So the 1 popped up. I hit enter, and I was like, oh, don't live there anymore. So I start typing everything out. When I get to the zip code, I have to type in a new zip code, and that brought up a new auto-populate option, but I just missed it. So I hit enter, check out, hit the button, go. So I'm like, all right, good. I'm booked. Cool. Got that done. One less thing. So I'm sitting on the couch watching the tube, and then I get the notification on my phone, and it says, enjoy your flight to Tulsa, big baby David. And I looked at my phone and I said, that's not a normal notification I get.
Also not your name.
And so when I booked, when I changed the area code, a year ago, if not more, ordered a microphone off Amazon for Big Baby David for talking Nick stuff.
And you sent it to Big Baby David that time? Not...
Yes, because it was silly.
Yeah, you got that.
It was sending it through Amazon, so it was it was funny. I think I was even sending it to you at school. Maybe it wasn't. Either way.
I was working at a school and I lived elsewhere.
Either way, I was addressing it to Big Baby David. So it auto-populated that information, and then I click in and I'm like, oh no, this didn't just happen. It absolutely did. So I'm like, all right, let me edit it. You can't edit flights because they're serious personal information. If you spell one letter wrong in your name, they won't let you fly and shit. So I had to call Delta support during a pandemic, and so they did the the wait is an hour 15 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god.
They're probably excited just that you weren't going to bitch them out.
Exactly.
They were like, oh yeah, we can help you.
So by the time it connected. And hey, how are you? Good, how are you? And they're like, so what can I help you out with? I was like, well, so I just booked the exact flight I want. Everything is right. Or no, before that they asked what my name was. And I said, well, this is actually the problem with my reservation. So I told her it should pop up under Big David. She's like, oh, excuse me. And she's like, so what's your name? And I was like, Jake. And then you could hear it. She let out a couple giggles. So I got the right support person. But yeah, 11 p.m. on my couch last night, a little gummied up, having to tell Delta support that I booked a flight under the name Big Baby David. Was not where I planned on being, but it happened. And, yeah, BBD, you were welcome on that. Well, you were never welcome on that flight, but in a way you could have been. You would have had a better argument than me.
I could have showed up.
I am David.
Yeah.
I am not.
What are you drinking?
So I told you I've been mixing my coffee with the Dunkin' thing.
Yeah. Hyper
So-
coffee.
You're mixing them?
Yeah, he buys the pre-made Dunkin' coffees at CVS.
I knew that he did that a couple times.
So normally I would dump this into my coffee, but I was already halfway down, so I just poured my coffee into this because it's a good travel container.
Oh, that's one of the pre-made Dunkins. You just took the wrapper off.
Yes.
I get it.
But I filled it up with my coffee.
I get you. I was more weirded out by the bottle. Do you keep those bottles at home?
It's a really nice I'm struggling with the travel bottle because I've fallen in love with the Yetis. I do like the Yetis.
Yeah.
But they've got a hole on the top.
Yeah.
So I take the subway and stuff. I can't just put it in my bag or anything like that.
I'm having trouble over here.
What's going on?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, you're drooping. You drooped.
It's a bad day.
What happened?
I want to fix this because see how it this is how it should be over there.
Okay.
You see, but it's low.
Yeah.
But this is how I would have to sit for this to be the right level.
You turn the mic up.
You got to get back.
No, the problem with these is there's too many areas where you can adjust.
Yeah.
You can adjust at the base. You can adjust at the middle of the finger. You can adjust the mic.
Yeah. It sounds better when it's pointed at my chest because I talk from down here.
I think I'm just going to see you drop on the big screen in a second, so I'm excited for that. Or maybe we already went past it.
No, it's happening right here.
Wait.
No, I'm back up.
Instant replay.
I'm back up.
We're getting some instant replay of ourselves in here.
Yeah.
But
Luke Goatier wants to know if you have diabetes.
have I told my story about that?
No,
I think
you
I
do
did
drink
recently.
a lot of like sugar and stuff in those though. Or is it just milk?
I'm using this as creamer.
Creamer's bad.
Sure, but
That's sugar.
billions of humans every day use creamer.
Do they? I don't know.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with creamer.
Yes. I mean, you find those little creamer packets anywhere that coffee is served.
Oh, like milk. That's milk. That's different.
And creamer.
I don't know. Like the flavored creamers are sugar. I don't think those little things are sugar.
Sure.
What's your story with diabetes? You have a diabetes story?
I had a coworker that had diabetes. I think I did this like a month ago on JJR. And when I was working at Rexel and I was, putting in my Rexel effort, where I was basically just the lunch break room. This guy who he sells electrical supplies, but his passion is like diabetes. He has it, but he's like very healthy and shape, and he started giving lectures on it and stuff. Kind of cool. And he came over, and I had one of my like Swedish fish nights the night before.
Oh, yeah.
So I told him, I was like, dude, I like pounded some candy and like passed out. He's like, well, you're talking to the diabetes guy, right? I was like, yeah, I don't know. Should I get tested? So he had his little prick thing with him, and I was like,
Yeah,
will
why
this
not?
work? Yeah. So we're all laughing. We've now got a crew huddled around my desk at the office, like, yeah, prick him. So he pricks me, and then there's a sad moment because it takes a minute to like analyze it, where everyone's like, whoa, we might be about to find out that Jake has diabetes.
Yeah.
And that wasn't exciting. But then my test came back pretty clear.
Pretty clear?
Yeah, like it was good, but I
Okay.
mean, that doesn't necessarily determine if I have diabetes or
Okay.
not. But yeah.
Should pronounce it diabetes.
Diabetes.
Yeah.
Diabetes.
My coffee came out really well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That
Very-
the cold drip?
Yeah, it's a cold brew. But I just didn't have enough. But I have the whole next bag of Yes Please that I'm going to grind up and put in there. Make
Yes,
a
please.
whole batch. But yeah, I was very excited with the flavor of this. One of the good things to go well today.
Look at that. Only up from here.
Yeah, I like it. You want to try it?
Sure.
I mean, what you think? It's black.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right. Dude, Mira Savino follows me on Twitter. That was an exciting moment for me.
Bing.
Very good actress.
California Strong.
I know. That's why. But still, excited about it.
The football team from Washington is still looking to announce their name. They're holding up in some trademark issues currently. We'll see what that's about. Kind of crazy to think about. Like, you have to think about colleges and stuff that have the same name and all that crap. Interesting. The Kansas City Chiefs, probably the best player on their team. You don't know. Chris Jones, defensive lineman, $85 million deal after paying Mahomes, so they're keeping the core in Kansas City going. The Cowboys and Dak Prescott will most likely not reach an agreement, which means he'll play on the 1-year franchise tag. I think he'll still get $32 million this year or something. He should be okay. Rajon Rondo out 6 to 8 weeks with a broken thumb. Could be some playing time for our friend Jack's friend, Quinn Cook.
Wow.
Michael Beasley tests positive for the coronavirus and then just turns it around from the Orlando bubble. Doesn't think he's going to play anymore. Just tapped out. Really good stuff. The baseball, the Braves sign Yasiel Puig. Huge for baseball. Good for the Braves. 11 MLB umpires have tapped out of the 2020 season due to COVID fears. And MLB rules that players that opt out cannot opt back in.
Players that opt out cannot opt back in. Makes sense.
It does and it doesn't. Like,
it makes sense. Just, it makes sense. I mean, I wish there was another term. I mean, it would just lead to fake diagnosis. Oh, I'm good now.
I mean,
I think you have to do it that way. And
I see both sides of it, but
still no pressure. But like, if Garrett Cole was to opt out, and then the Yankees were 2 weeks out from the playoffs, and then he opted back in just for the playoff run, you don't want that.
kind of do.
You don't want your stars doing that.
Yeah.
We want that for Garrett Cole and the Yankees, but
I mean, so let's take a step back, because the right way to think about it is not concerning sports. It's supposed to be concerning health. So, like, let's say in 2 months, Jordan Hicks, the closer for St. Louis, now feels safe and he wants to do it. You know? Like, I kind of get that side of the argument.
Yeah, but you just have so many guys sitting down and doing the Roger Clemens, Brett Favre shit. Let me see if you guys are good.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know it's probably not great for the sport. I feel like there should be, I don't know, there's no way they can even dance around it on the roster. Like, there's no...
Yeah, it'd be tough.
Fake
It's just much easier and much less loopholes to be like.
It is.
If you opt out, you're out.
I mean, I totally get that, but I don't know. I think there's a world where it could also work. I mean, don't really care. If you opt out, you opt out. And I mean, the bigger thing is probably inside of a clubhouse. Like, you know, you didn't want to go through these first month and a half with us, and now that we're in the playoffs, you're ready to come in. Like,
yeah.
I think that part would probably suck the most as a if I was just a pure St. Louis Cardinals fan, I'd be like, come on, let Jordan Hicks back.
Yeah, it's true. 11 umpires have opted out. Yes. Umpires have it way different. They travel every week. They travel every 3 days, so, like, they're putting themselves more at risk than any player. Not that it's substantially more, but it's more. Players at least get, like, a 2-week homestand or an 11-day homestand.
Yeah.
Umpires are in a new city every third night.
Are they keeping them on, like, coast or anything? Have we heard anything about that?
I haven't. I would guess yes.
You'd like to think so, and
that'd be interesting. You run into a lot of the same umps.
It is really tough, because at first I was gonna start more zoomed in than that and be like, hey, you know, is there a way that the umps could do, you know, the New York games and bounce between the Yankees and the Mets? But still, it gets too personal. Like, the umpires and players can't let stuff go.
Yeah.
So I'd like to think they're keeping in the region, because if not, that's like against the whole point of it.
Yeah. You'd hope. No one cares about umps. That's a sad fact.
Yeah.
Braves signed Puig. We don't need to do a lot of that here. We did a lot of that on Talking Baseball, and I think we just even posted the segment of that conversation. So you can find our thoughts elsewhere on that.
I think the biggest thing that should be said on here is we like it. Puig's good for baseball. He makes you feel.
I tweeted I like it for Puig. I like it for the Braves. I like it for MLB.
I got, like, mad at sports radio this morning because turned on my car and it was on, like, the MLB station, and they were talking about, like, Puig and Acuna, like, are they going to move Acuna to left?
Yeah.
Puig's got to play right. It's like, and this is kind of a separate off-topic conversation, but it's like, I got mad because, like, Acuna's mostly played left and center, very little right comparatively. So
they're just digging
that was,
for
like, my
something.
update
If we ever get a show, like a radio show, where we have to fill 6 hours, you'll hear us having those dumb conversations.
Well, no, you could move Ozuna to right, and then, well, actually, I like him, and
just fill in time, and also your audience in a radio show listens for like an hour. So if you ever listen to a full 6-hour show, like hour 1 through hour 6, you hear the same shit.
A lot of the same stuff.
A lot of the same stuff, because that's their audience. It's people that are in the car. So to sum it up, I don't envy anyone that hosts a 6-hour, 4-hour radio show, because that's what they have to do.
I'll say
but
this.
Yeah, it's dumb. The fan did an hour on Greg Bird playing DH or batting fourth, an hour on him. They took calls on it. It was one game out of 162. Yeah. I was blown away. What the fuck are we doing?
The tweet of the day yesterday was, you know, it's a viral video that gets recycled now, but it's the girl doing a TikTok dance and she's crying.
Yeah.
And PBD liked the tweet too. It was John Smoltz having to cover the Braves outfield with Ozuna, Puig and Acuna in the outfield, and just like they're too flashy. Like they're those guys.
It's like John Smoltz pretending he enjoys the Braves outfield.
It's like, well, secretly a deep problem in baseball.
Get him off the airwaves. Yeah. I think I'll make that stance. You don't want to make too many hard stances about people within the walls of the whole thing. But Heyman is bad at Twitter.
Yes.
Smoltz is bad at being a guy that is supposed to promote baseball.
Yeah.
He's
so like tied into the fabric that like, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer.
Didn't he ever do an interview where he said he was the most advanced analytic guy?
Something like that.
Something like crazy.
It's tough.
Like, duh.
Smoltzy. Catch up with you later, Smoltzy.
Is Dak Prescott good, Jake?
Ooh, here we go. Keith McPherson listening in the other room, excited. Dak is good. I wasn't against Dak, but last year he like lit it up. His numbers are crazy. There's a lot of talent around him, sure. I think this is really interesting because everything has kind of gone Team Dak since Patrick Mahomes has gotten his giant contract, because it's always like, okay, keep the next quarterbacks going. They keep getting paid more, blah, blah, blah. I think the bigger thing for Dak, though, is like the Dallas Cowboys are a different animal. Like, it's quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, Troy Aikman's still doing it. Like, Tony Romo. Like, if you're the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys in this country, that's another level, whether that's pathetic or not on a deeper level. But it turns into we've talked to some sports broadcasters that are like, you know, you can't leverage certain jobs against other things. You can't leverage, you know, if Mike Breen calls the New York Knicks, he can only leverage that against so many other jobs. He can't be like, well, screw you guys, I'm going to call the Grizzlies. Like, he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I think if you're Dak Prescott, that's a little bit where he doesn't have leverage. Like, collect your big payday and you can be this star of the world where, yeah, you could potentially get a bigger contract in... God, I'm trying to think of, I don't know, the Jaguars. But then, like, what goes on with the rest of your career and your life outside of that? So they're going to figure it out somehow. If not, I mean, let's see him break the system, and I hope he's, you know, always enjoy a player who bets on themselves to get a giant contract. But I don't know.
He did take a big jump, huh?
Yeah, he was...
Looking at the numbers
He was legit. He was legit.
Crunching the numbers here.
So
is that because the rest of the division was awful?
I think the rest of the division's bad. He's got a lot of talent around him. He's good. He's kind of got the formula that works in the NFL. He came from a slightly lesser college program, Mississippi State, where he had to do everything, and now he's in the NFL. The playing field's almost leveled out. So he was good last year. But, yeah, I mean, at the same time, like, I don't know, if you're Dak Prescott, like, you can't be asking for Mahomes money. You know?
You can try.
You can try. You can try to do whatever you want.
It's a good way to just get rejected by me if I'm on the other side of the negotiation table.
Right. And that's it'll be interesting to see if the NFL starts doing...
Not only is that a non-starter, that's an ender. See you later.
And, I mean, the football team in Washington let Kirk Cousins go, and... I mean, they're kind of the same bad.
Yeah. Speaking of...
Vikings got worse.
They announced that they're not using that name anymore.
Yeah.
But
good.
But the new name announcement being held up by trademark issues. Because a Virginia man trademarks dozens of possible new names. I love it, man. Why not? I know that this is snaky and shitty.
Sure.
Why not? If now the Redskins are going to buy it off you... Sure. Are you kind of like an ambulance chaser, sort of?
Yes.
Not as slimy as an ambulance chaser, but fuck it. Get some money.
So when were these... Do we know when these things were... What's the word? Trademarked?
Yeah, I don't know. That was going to be my question. Because if he... trademarked all these 5 years ago or something.
That's pretty
when
cool.
The rumors were starting.
Yeah.
They should change it.
Then I would really like it.
I'm fully on his side. If he did this last week, then
if he's
nice, but
at the same time, if he did it a month ago, I'm fine with it too.
If he did it yesterday, I'm in love with it. Make
I'm fine with
money.
it, but it's
Yeah.
less cool.
Make money. If you don't have a skill, these are ways you can make money. That dude just jumped on it before anyone else. Smart. Probably cost him $5,000. Redskins can buy it off of him for a lot of money. I don't care.
Martin McCauley.
It's like our buddy's dad who goes to the grocery store, and when Reese's are on like a crazy discount, he buys
Yeah.
all the Reese's. Then he goes to another grocery store and just sells them back to them at their normal cost and makes money. It's like, hey, someone's got to make money some way.
There's a lot of ways you can make
A
money.
lot of
on
ways
this
you can do
planet.
it. You don't got to have a Harvard education to figure out, you can buy something for cheap and sell it for more.
Or a Hartford education.
Well, you may have to.
Chad is saying the guy got the trademarks a decade ago, so that's cool. That's very cool.
I do appreciate that more.
He's been paying for him for a while.
I think he's probably
Time to-
paying, pennies on the dollar for what he's going to get from
You would hope.
team.
Yeah.
If
You
he
would
got
hope.
all the good names,
You would hope.
just need them to want one of them.
Trademark
Man,
fees
how much would that suck if he just like slightly missed one?
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
it's the Red Wolves and they make it one word instead of two or something.
Yeah.
Like that would be killer.
Yeah, it's like maybe the they just add a T to the name.
Red Wolves.
Yeah. Is that what it's going to be? Do we know?
I don't think so. Do we have any hints? What,
I don't
Red
think so, but
Tails?
I think it's like all the ones we've heard. are-
Yeah.
Red Tails was my
I
favorite.
think Red Tails
There was
has a
another
lot
one
of
that was good.
momentum.
Imagine if they just like shoot from the hip
I
and
would
just
love it.
like the fucking like monsters, like the Washington monsters.
Harbor Seals.
Yeah, like some like completely
What?
different color
It's
scheme.
another
Yeah.
Pelicans team. So.
Yeah.
Someone asked me. Oh, my
Pelicans number
sister's
2.
My sister's boyfriend asked me like how many teams have just changed their names. So I googled it recently, and it was like the basketball has a good amount. Pelicans, Wizards.
Basketball's got a lot.
There's like teams that moved, like the Sonics to the Thunder.
Right.
The Rays went from the
Rays.
Devil Rays to just
Big
the Rays. There was another one I'm forgetting, I think, but it's happened.
I know when they first said they were going to change it, Schefter had like a tweet out because somebody was like, "You can't just change your name without moving," and he tweeted a list of like 10 teams in the
Yeah.
last 30 years that did it. So,
You can.
Yeah.
and it happens a lot.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on Chris Jones and that Chiefs D-line?
Good for Chris Jones. Good
Good for Chris Jones.
They made money off the Super Bowl, right? Spent it.
Probably.
Probably made a
I'd
ton of
hope
money.
so.
You'd hope they made a
If
ton of
they
money.
didn't, a huge miss.
Huge miss.
Huge miss by the Chiefs.
Well, part of that headline was that everyone said they can't keep anyone now with the Mahomes.
After Mahomes. I gotcha.
So they're like, "Oh no, well we are keeping him too."
I gotcha. Okay.
That's what people are like excited about. I think.
Cool.
Good for him.
Oh, dude, Beasley.
Yeah,
It's
so
great
wait. What's
comedy.
going on? So he tested positive. You guys are laughing a lot. I feel like I
So-
need the context because you just said Beasley tested positive and started laughing.
The corona stuff, obviously, anyone that has it, you wish them well. And I think, from what we've heard, like Beasley's not symptomatic from anything that's come out. But so he was one of the Nets replacement players. Like all the Nets dropped out.
Oh, okay.
Then they signed Beasley. So he reports to the bubble. He gets tested and turns out he's positive. And instead of like quarantining and waiting it out, he's just like, deuces, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll blame him for that.
Yeah.
But is he getting any money?
Well, I don't know about the
I don't
money,
think
but he
so.
was also suspended the first 5 out of 8 games, which was it was always going to be this huge situation because it's Beasley specifically, who
Yeah.
is kind of a meme. Former Knicks stuff.
I get it now, but
Heisman player,
there's no-
suspended the first 5 and now has.
No guaranteed, or was there a signing bonus? Like,
I don't think so.
I'm guessing it's the equivalent of the minimum.
Yeah.
that's fun.
But I don't know. Just the funny idea of showing up somewhere ready to go, locked in. Let's get this Nets championship, and then being like, "Oh,
Do you like the Senators? Someone in the chat said that.
the Senators
Yeah, was the baseball team.
for the football team."
Yeah,
No, I do not.
I don't either because I don't like politics.
I don't like politics.
Why don't congressmen ever get it?
Keep it in
The
baseball.
Washington
roads.
congressman.
Ugh, it's ugly.
Yeah, it's gross.
Imagine if they tried to name it the Presidents or something right now. My God.
I did see that as a suggestion. So
Like the Generals would be cool.
Generals is kind of cool. Isn't that like? Is that the football team from The Replacements? Did I
Yeah.
name that?
Yeah, I think so.
Bang.
of the politicky names, that's the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Say that line again you just said.
Which one?
Isn't that the
football team from The Replacements?
Miles and miles of heart.
Boom.
boom?
Segue.
I have to go get you a present for halftime,
Okay.
and BBD will give ice cream and just catch me up on the flavor.
Okay.
And also show BBD the video of the guy.
It's not the stuff in the kitchen, is it?
Yeah. What's for
Don't
you
bring
and
that
BBD.
in here.
Well, it's both of you.
Okay.
But show him the video of the shitting the
Oh.
testicles. Yeah.
All right. BBD, tell us what ice cream flavor while I send you a nice video to watch.
We will go. God, what did we cover today? I don't know. I will say today was cookie dough. Because if I'm being honest, everyone likes the cookie dough part.
Right.
But the stuff around it is like, I mean, it's just normal ice cream. It's nothing special. Like I at least thinking about it right now, maybe in practice it's different, but I don't think I like the ice cream around it all that much generally. At least like the friendlies mix of it that we sometimes get in my house.
So
I
the
would say
Washington Generals are the basketball team that always gets beat. Happy belated birthday, big baby David. There's some cupcakes.
You have to eat those all by the end of the show.
Jamie Jarrett got it right in the chat. The Sentinels
Sentinels, yes.
are from The Replacement.
Okay, Jake, I need you to try this.
Thanks,
just
Jamie.
a tiny bite. It got so much better
What
since
is
the
this?
first day.
Is this the...
Yeah, this is producer Luke's creation. So he got a box of peanut butter cookie mix, a box of brownie mix, and a box of funfetti cake mix, and put them all together in one pan and just let what be. But it got better after day. I'll take it away from you.
This is after all the diabetes stuff.
Yeah, but I'm going to try some too.
Why'd you just give me half of the piece that was...
I think that's the best part, the funfetti. So
See,
that
I
was,
disagree.
Well, you haven't had it yet. So I was trying to give you the good part.
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
Makes you feel like you ate a whole cake after
that's
two
sweet.
bites.
That's sweet. BB, did you see the video I sent you?
Watch this video.
Watch this video.
I am opening.
Yeah, keep your mic on.
Yeah. It's a guy shitting out his own testicles.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
No.
You can hear the words, but until you see it.
They come out clean.
They come out clean. Got a lot of give to them.
Good analysis.
Turn the mic off. Turn the mic off.
And cut.
What'd you think of the creation?
Yeah, it's very sweet.
Yeah. It's pretty good. The
good.
first day it wasn't good.
It's good.
Needed to solidify.
Need to settle a little bit.
Yeah, but
day.
Katie made us bring it to the office.
I'd really like if you eat that remainder part.
All right. Take it off your hands.
Thank you. Otherwise, it's going to distract me. I'm going to be thinking about it.
Did we get an ice cream?
Cookie
Chuck-
dough.
Cookie dough.
Wasn't that yesterday's?
No,
Cookies
I don't
and cream.
remember what cookies and cream was
That's
yesterday's, which is
bullshit.
pretty similar.
Wow.
In hindsight, pretty similar. No.
Cookie dough
By
and cookies and cream
justification.
are not similar ice creams, by the way.
One has chocolate crumbles in it, one doesn't.
One has cookie dough in it,
They both do.
not cookies and cream. Cookies and cream is just crushed up Oreos. We did this yesterday.
All of yesterday I was
Oreo
thinking of cookie dough.
Okay. Well, that's...
I said my girlfriend eats it and just takes out all of the cookie dough. I was thinking of cookie dough.
I thought there was a Ben and Jerry's, like, cookies and cream flavor that had chunks of Oreo in
No,
it or
I was
something.
thinking of cookie dough.
Bald.
Cookie dough is my favorite ice cream.
Cookie dough I like.
Everything
but
I
don't
said
think
yesterday
I like the ice cream
yeah,
around
was
it.
in regards to cookie dough.
Okay. So those of you listening at home,
Cookies and cream is boring. I'm not into that.
that's the whole thing I was saying yesterday that was on the topic, apparently.
We were having two different ice cream discussions.
Let's talk.
Wow.
We were having...
I thought you said that cookies and cream was like what you bring to a picnic.
Yes,
I would
because it's
never
so
bring-
safe and bland.
Oh, it's so boring. I think you look like
Exactly.
a poor person if you bring
It's
cookies and cream.
chocolate. Jesus.
That's like,
Fuck.
It's like you're trying to get a good ice cream, but you're getting the worst kind of fun ice cream.
See, this is...
Cookies
I
and
wish
cream.
you had this yesterday.
Yeah,
it would have been a
cookies-
fantastic conversation.
Cookies and cream is brutal. Cookie dough is good,
It's great. It's my number one ice cream.
but it's dangerous.
It's good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the story of my life.
My argument for this was cookie dough. The reason you like it is for the dough part. Like the ice cream part around it is fine, but like
No, it's not. Yeah. That's my girlfriend would just rip out all the dough.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of BS, though.
that
when
like super stands with cookie dough. I got it with cookies and cream.
If
but
your favorite
cookies
ice
and
cream
I
is
can eat the ice
a
cream
plain vanilla, which you've been hammering home.
Breyer's vanilla bean.
So, I mean, put some cookie dough in that, bang.
Yeah. Yeah. I like cookie dough. But I also wouldn't bring it to a picnic. I think it's too much.
I agreed. I said that yesterday.
Yeah. But I thought you were saying to bring it to.
Well-
I was on the wrong page. It's all my fault.
It's okay.
But I'm glad that we covered this up because
Yeah.
we need to, everything I said yesterday
Right.
isn't valid.
So go listen to yesterday's halftime show.
People that watched yesterday's halftime and didn't watch today's halftime
Right.
are going to not know my true feelings on cookies and cream.
When you said that your sister used to dig out the stuff, I almost bit, but I was like, no, I'm sure he knows cookies and cream ice cream.
Now, I mean, I do
Right.
because I said the Oreo thing, which is cookies and
Yes.
cream, but then at some point I got
At some
twisted.
point, the switch went off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my bad.
Okay. I could understand if it was like you had a brand that your family used that the Oreo bits were a little more balled together. So I was like, oh yeah, you pick it out.
Just
But
wrong.
In hindsight, now I feel dumb.
I've got a fun fact.
If today's episode was cookie dough, you're the cookie dough and I'm just the boring ice cream.
We take our turns. Depends what scoop you're getting. Oh, you thought that was going to go.
Yeah. I was on it.
Perfect touch.
I was on it.
It's perfect touch. The general manager of the Washington Generals, the team that always loses to the Globetrotters, is listed as Kenny the Jet Smith from the TBS pregame show.
Cool.
I'm sure it's
Sure he gets paid well.
maybe.
You ever seen the
It
Globetrotters?
could just be like a joke
in person?
title. When I was young, yeah.
I saw him when I was
That's an age 12 or younger.
I saw him when I was like
thing.
19 because we brought Luke.
Okay.
And I thought it was going to be. I actually think it plays better the more you go into dad territory.
Right. 19 is not.
But I enjoyed it.
I think you need to be 12 or under, or you need to be probably 30 and up.
Yeah. I enjoyed it, though. Like, they were, like, punking out the ref and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, loser.
Losers.
I wouldn't fall for that.
No.
I'm tall and athletic.
Never.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, just typed Q into
I'd like to go to a Generals win.
I read the news today, oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
A woman was bit by a shark. A woman was bit by a shark while on an off day of filming her shark documentary. An arrest was made after a man allegedly tied used condoms to cars in Mississauga. Squirrels are testing positive for the bubonic plague in Colorado. A man won $2 million from the lottery after the clerk gave him the wrong ticket. And teens are dressing up as mask-wearing grandmas to score alcohol.
I read the news today.
Oh, boy.
I just need to tie a loose end because I ended up on the Globetrotters wiki page.
Yep.
It says they officially have 3 lifetime wins, none since 1971. Some reports say 6. A, if they want to make some news, give the Generals a win.
Yeah.
B, and at the end of the wiki page, I say go check it out. It says very rarely Generals players have been promoted to the Globetrotters. Derek Dizzy Grant and Jonte Too Tall Hall. And you're like, okay, cool. They went over to the good guys. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. One person went from the Globetrotters to the Generals.
Who?
Paul Sturgis.
I think it was an attitude adjustment, not
That's
a
tough,
physical skill.
man.
How dense is that cake? I feel gross already.
That's disgusting. That's why I needed you to eat that little piece.
It's so dense.
What do you got in the news, Jim?
Well, if you're filming a shark documentary,
Yeah.
and that's what you're dedicating your life to, and you're in the shark documentary game, if you take an off day,
Yeah.
you better not be by the ocean.
Yeah.
Because sharks are going to know.
Yeah.
Oh, time off? Bet you would have loved to film this, but
Yeah.
you're taking a break. If you are filming a shark documentary and you want an off day, you better be inland. That's all I have to say. Like, obviously.
So I've got a couple cards to play. Good for the shark.
If I'm playing a golf tournament, right?
Right.
And it's say it's a weird setup where it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday they blank it out because something happens and Sunday, Monday finish.
Sure.
And you go play around on Saturday.
Right.
You're shooting the best round of your life. It's going to be the best of the four. Like you cannot operate like that. So if you're filming a shark documentary, you can't go to the ocean without your camera, and that's just a known fact.
So this could be like the worst day of this lady's life for a couple reasons. I mean, bit by a shark. I'm assuming she doesn't have the content of the shark biting
Did she get really hurt? Should I be more sympathetic?
I'll let you go. It looked like there was a chopper and stuff, so maybe. I'll say this, Jim, and this is a card we play a lot on here. Seems like a little bit of marketing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. See, that's maybe even worse than me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Bailed me out. Can we listen to the newscaster? Because I love Australian accents.
It
North
should be
Queensland
New Zealand.
coast. Jordan Fabris joins us live from the 9 newsroom. Jordan, how's she doing this afternoon?
Good afternoon, Wendy. Well, she's in remarkably good spirits given what unfolded on the Great
huge.
Barrier Reef this morning. The 29-year-old was airlifted to the Cairns Hospital just a short time ago and is now undergoing specialist treatment, but her injuries are significant.
Ooh.
They are understood to be some deep lacerations to her lower left leg as well as a possible fracture. As I said...
Okay, so she... Oh, no. She's... Look at her. She's like throwing up the Hawaii hello and shit.
Spirits given what unfolded.
Oh, yeah,
Here's
she's
a little
stoked.
snippet.
Honestly, she's probably the best person to be bit by a shark. She's probably talking about how they're beautiful creatures and they don't... She's blaming herself. Sharks are beautiful.
That's what she's yelling, I think.
It's marketing.
Yeah, it's great marketing, but also, I don't trust her as a documentarian anymore. So you're either filming or you're not filming.
Yeah.
So I'm out.
Damn.
Whatever. It's probably for Shark Week anyway, which is quite literally jump the shark.
Shark Week.
Don't tell my dad that.
He likes Shark Week?
Dude, he records the whole week and watches it throughout the rest of the year. It's like a running joke in my family that he loves Shark Week, but you cannot talk to him.
What are they doing? Are they doing new things every year?
Dude, I don't know. He watches it in private. It's concerning.
All right. I like that. I like that. I like how much your dad likes Shark Week.
Know what that is? That's becoming a man.
Yeah.
You find something and you just anchor into it.
Yeah, he doesn't watch it though. That's the thing. He records them. He records them. He tells you guys to get out of the room, or he goes separately, and then he does he just takes a nap.
Let's do this, BBD.
I think he's just napping.
What do you think it is? Do you think there's a little part of your dad that's like, I could have been a part of Shark Week?
Yeah, I could have been born a shark.
I mean, typically when we've gone on vacations, they have been to places where you could run into fish.
Okay.
We went to Hawaii a few years back. We did the Shark Tank.
The ocean?
Do you think...
You've been to ocean vacations?
Well, we don't do skiing vacations or anything.
Okay.
Okay, summer vacations.
Yeah, we always do summers. It's a better way to phrase it.
I like that too.
If you asked his favorite animal, do you think a shark would come up in a top
I don't
3?
think he's discussing it.
Okay.
All we know
Just
is
animals?
that he watches it, and if you look through the DVR...
In Jaws, does he root for the shark?
Dude, he doesn't let anyone watch the shark stuff.
Yeah, he's just taking
That's
naps.
great, yeah.
He's just taking long naps.
Well, he does it while he's working on his treadmill desk. I think he is watching. I think it's a passive watch.
Okay. Have him send his
Actually,
favorite
he recently got into the
show.
show Shark Tank, and that's been his passive watch lately.
That's a good one.
So now he likes Shark Tank.
Yeah.
So maybe
One of
he
my
just
birthday
likes
presents
sharks.
was
Yeah.
a shirt that was sold on there, actually. So I was pretty excited about it.
Okay.
Wow.
Is there a different show called Shark something? See if he likes that.
I think so.
Find out.
I'll go check it out.
Maybe some little kid shark show. Feels like a
Baby
bad
shark?
matchup. Baby shark?
Every couple months, my brother and I just turn to each other and Dad's shark thing is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't discuss it.
That's great.
A movie came out.
Sports and everything. Like he's into sports the same amount I am.
That's good.
A movie came out in 1981 called The Last Shark. And Shark Tale. Does he like Shark Tale?
Shark Tale. Is that Will Smith?
That was Will Smith, who is also making headlines, but I didn't feel
Yeah.
comfortable putting it on the topic list.
Yeah, I watched that Will Smith thing. I don't care.
Thinking of you, Will.
I think he's fine. Happened like 10 years ago.
Good memes, though, Jim.
An arrest was made after a man allegedly tied used condoms to cars in Mississauga, and I'm pronouncing that perfectly. You know what? I thought about condoms out and about in public recently because I saw one when we were walking to the dog park, and I remember being in I had to be in 5th grade because I lived in Illinois at the time, and we went to the skate park or the roller rink, and there was like a condom on the ground like in the park, and I remember we were like, oh my god,
Yeah.
do you know what that is? They're having sex here.
Sex.
And like now as an adult, if you see a condom on the ground, it's much more likely it was an 11-year-old that like bought a condom or found a condom and just like opened it up, showed his friends, and then threw it on the ground, and not public sex having.
Never know. I guess I'm a little bit more of an optimist.
I don't know which side's the optimist there.
Yes.
So anyway, this dude's 74 years old. He tied used condoms to unoccupied vehicles in the parking lots of shopping centers. Is he just pranking people?
Could have hobbies.
We've been watching Ross Creations
on
YouTube. I think he's a big YouTuber. I don't know. Pranks Luke, Katie, and I, and he's got some good ones, man. He just was walking around Target and putting a pickle in people's pockets, like sneaking behind them and putting a pickle, and then you show them, they just reach in and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Like a wet pickle?
No, he dries it up.
Okay.
He's all about like not ruining people's days, just having fun.
Just something happening.
He the other day he was like putting cheeseburgers on people's heads, and he was just like at the beach and around and just like stacking a cheeseburger on someone's head so they couldn't feel it.
With a bun or just
with a bun?
Okay.
It was like a McDouble from McDonald's, and they've got a burger on their head. It's pretty funny stuff.
It's a classic case.
The next one that the title killed me was making eye contact with people at a red light, then locking my door. You just stare at them and then go, and lock it and look away. It's pretty good.
That's good.
It's pretty good.
Car eye contact, man. I kind of miss it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fun on the road.
I've been driving again.
Yeah. You're back in the game. The great game.
This squirrel tested positive for the bubonic plague.
Good.
How do you just grab a random squirrel and like was he like seething? Did he have symptoms?
I do not know.
Like, what are the odds that a squirrel 10 years ago could have tested positive, but they didn't know it to test him?
I'm not as deep into squirrel science as I'd like to be.
Yeah.
Know what I will say? Just click the article. A real nice picture of a squirrel.
Yeah, that's not the bubonic.
That's
plague.
not the bubonic squirrel.
Yeah.
That's just a nice squirrel pic.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering, like, how did they peg this squirrel to be like, oh shit, let's test him for the bubonic plague?
Yeah.
How'd that
Let's see.
happen?
Plague is an infectious disease. Cats are susceptible. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't really cover that.
They didn't say it, and like that's a key piece of info for me. Are they just testing all the squirrels in
There is
Denver?
now an average of 7 human plague cases per year. Mortality rate is 8 to 10%, so that's, I don't know. Nat Geo's
After our
on.
brief conversation, I think last week or 2 weeks ago about the plague, I didn't look into it more. I talked to my one other friend about it who maybe looked into it more. I don't know. But he told me like it does just like come up every couple of years, and we just like it's fine.
Oh.
It's just a plague sensitive time in our history.
Interesting. Yeah. Any plague article is going to get headlines. And yeah, one of the last paragraphs is, even though there is no vaccine for the plague, it can be treated successfully with antibiotics if caught within 24 hours. So if you get bit by a squirrel, go get checked up.
Doesn't our favorite guy from Wet Hot American Summer, doesn't he make a bubonic plague joke in the talent show?
Maybe. Have we added that to your homework yet, BBD?
Might have.
Okay. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
You would like it a lot.
The bubonic plague.
He does.
And the plague. The bubonic plague.
Have you ever seen that?
It's almost Max silly humor for a movie.
I almost want to just play him the audio from it. It's a deep, deep thing.
Throw it in the office one day.
Yeah. Wet Hot American Summer Talent Show. What's his other joke? He comes out with some jokes.
He's got some good. What is it?
I don't know.
Something
It's
about
a minute.
dinosaurs.
It's a minute long.
Hello, Camp Firewood. Hello.
No, we can't
Thank
just
you for
play
having
it.
me. I camped so long ago that it was the
Arts and
Stone
farts and
Age.
crap.
Yes. Yeah. That's
No,
true.
but seriously, it wasn't.
So you got to see it, too, because you got to see the crowd. It's a good movie.
Another time.
Another time.
Another time.
Man wins $2 million after the clerk gave him the wrong ticket in East Point, Michigan. A man in suburban Detroit was given the wrong lottery ticket. But there was no mistake about the result. A $2 million winner. The Michigan Lottery said the man stopped at a gas station in East Point, Michigan, to put air in the tire. He needed change for the air machine and asked for a $10 Lucky 7 scratch-off ticket. The clerk handed me a $20 ticket by mistake. He offered to exchange it for me, but something told me to keep it. I am sure glad I did. He's going to get screwed out of this. He's 57 years old. He decided, he won it. He decided to take the lump sum of $1.3 million instead of $2 million spread over the years.
That's what they tell you to do, kids. Invest.
Yeah. Step 1, don't tell any of your family or relatives or the public that you won. Step 2, go find the least slimy lawyer you can find. Step 3, take the lump sum. Step 4, invest.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know what happened here.
You do?
I think this guy comes in and buys tickets a lot. He's like the local scratcher guy, or one of them. I think this was intentional by the person working there. So he was like, hey, give me the $10 Lucky 7s. And the guy behind the register was like, if I give this guy a $20 one, he'll pay for it. And then it just worked out.
Did he pay for it?
Yeah, he said there's a quote midway through the article that he offered to exchange it for me, but something told me to keep it. I'm sure glad I did.
So, okay, so by that he gave the extra 10.
Yes.
So I was thinking he kept it and just like...
No.
Like I was thinking that he left the
$10.
He left the convenience store, saw that he was given the wrong one, shrugged, and
Right.
kept it and didn't
No.
make the moral decision, and then won. That's why I said this guy's going to get fucked.
Yeah, he would have.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that gets ugly quick.
Yeah. That's like the Always Sunny scene when they have
Good
the
for
scratch
him.
off.
1.3 milli.
Not bad. Don't ruin your life. A lot of people do.
Don't do it.
Success isn't a surprise.
More money, more problems.
No.
I think I'd go with.
Success is rarely a surprise. That's the quote. Teens are dressing up as mask-wearing grandmas to try and score alcohol.
I mean, couldn't this be a headline?
Well, the mask really helps because it's pretty fake-looking face, but the
you
mask
put-
hides. Like you do mask and glasses.
So they
actually a pretty good
They have a
disguise.
grandma's mask with a COVID mask over it.
yeah.
For those listening,
Double mask.
and yeah, they also put glasses on it, which is the whole thing. I mean, plus I mentioned this earlier when I went to South Carolina. The lady asked for my ID. Like New York City during peak pandemic, if you were buying booze, you were not getting ID'd.
No?
No.
I didn't get ID'd. I bought beer for Luke the other day.
What?
Yeah.
That's illegal.
Jesus.
I drank some, and then I gave some to him in the comfort of my own house.
Supervised.
Which I don't know if that's illegal
I
in
don't
New
know
York.
the rules.
Some states
Grew up
that's...
in the
Feel like
streets,
there's
man.
rules.
We used to
I
lean
don't
over
know.
to get our poops out.
Like, look at this lady. She did it on TikTok. This is a girl, and she didn't even wear a mask. She just dressed herself up like a grandma, put sunglasses and a
Yeah.
mask on. That's pretty cool. I don't know, man. I never had trouble getting booze when I was underage.
There was.
And I didn't have to go to extreme lengths. I did get a fake ID when I was 20.
Yeah.
Someone just handed it to me. Sean Kwasnicki.
Sean Kwasnicki.
What up?
Thanks for listening, Sean.
Sean Samuel Kwasnicki. You don't know me, but I was you.
We both use that ID. Yeah, I don't know. Freshman year of college, we had some struggles a little bit. But yeah. After that,
New Britain's pretty rough spot. Like Livermore was easier. If we had to hey Mister someone, if we had to like find a sister or something like that, it was easy.
Yeah.
We hey Mister a guy once and he was like, I'm a cop.
Tough.
And we were like, okay, so we're in trouble. And he was like, nah, just get out of here. And we're like, okay, bye.
Fair.
Oh, no. David
Yeah.
knew he was a cop. He was like, look at that dude's shoes. Like, look at those fresh sneakers. And he's just sitting out here alone. No one dresses up. Like, no one, he's like, no bum sitting and leaning on the grocery store wall on a Friday night would have whatever kind of shoes they were. They're like brand new, nice Nikes, I'm guessing. So David called him, and then we were like, yo, you're a cop? And he was like, yeah.
I was
like, fuck, good call, David.
Yeah.
That's the Shawshank Redemption. How often do you notice a man's shoes?
And that's like the people that recognize the cars and stuff.
Yeah,
like a silver car will just go by and they're like, cop.
I'm car blind.
I'm like, what?
I don't know shit.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
Don't have that.
I don't know nothing about nothing. What's that song? So don't ask nothing.
Something smells fishy, but I don't know what. But I got a hint. It's your lady. Mr. Right?
Bet of the day. It's the bet of the day. Bet of the day. Bet of the day.
Bet of the day. It's the bet of the day. Bet of the day. It's the bet of the day. Yesterday, Jakey chose Chelsea to beat Norwich. The spread was 2.5. Did it hit, Jake?
Did not.
What was
I'm cold.
What was it?
1-0.
Go me.
Go you.
I had faith in Norwich. I never failed. They had that new keeper, probably.
Real pathetic.
They had that.
Pathetic effort, Chelsea.
So, I am now on a blazing hot streak. One for my last one. 1-0 on the week. Jake has now lost 3 in a row. And he's struggling, guys.
I'm struggling.
The struggle bus.
But when you're struggling, you go to what you know. But unfortunately, baseball's not back for a week and a half. So,
dude, I'm catching up with you now.
Going to my favorite team.
How could I have the same amount of wins but not the same amount of losses?
My favorite team in the Prem League. The Wolves.
Hell yeah.
Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton.
They're playing Burnley, who sucks.
I tried to tell you Chelsea sucked. You didn't believe me.
Burnley sucks. And I think Burnley's riding hot because did they tie Liverpool? Burnley just parks the bus all game, Jim. I know you know this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Burnley. Yeah, so they tied Liverpool, which that was their Super Bowl. The Wolves had a little slump, and then I believe they won their last game. They've got my guy Traore, who's just going to be too much for the parked bus. Wolves to win. Pretty much even money.
Okay, Wolves to win has Jake. I mean, Burnley is on a bit of a heater. Haven't lost a game in their last 5 matches.
Yeah.
Just going strong, climbing to the top. The Wolves, on the other hand, Jake, they are ahead of Burnley on the table, but they just lost to Sheffield United. They just lost to Arsenal, coming off 2 losses.
I thought they snuck in a win after that.
They beat Everton. That was in the same spot on the screen where today's game was for the other thing, so I didn't count
It's okay.
Okay, but Burnley's hot, man.
Burnley sucks.
They
just parked the bus.
Yeah. Try and score on them.
Traore will.
No one scored 2 goals on Burnley since June 22nd.
So boring.
So what? It's even money.
It's even money.
And you're just taking Wolves.
Taking Wolves.
Now, you are 0 for your last 3. I'm 1 for my last 1.
Right.
Both of our records are the same right now, 8 and 14.
Sharp.
So
fade us.
For that reason, I cannot agree with you.
Jakey, about to make a big mistake.
I'm about to take the lead on you for the first time. The Sleazel.
Smart.
And Burnley's hot.
They're hot.
They're so hot.
Burnley's hot.
They score in the first 10 minutes and then game over.
Yeah.
So I got him.
Burnley sucks.
At some things. But at not losing, they're pretty good.
Where's it on the map?
Recently. Where's Burnley?
Oh, they're north. They're north of the wall.
Where are the Wolves?
No idea.
So Burnley's north. They Highlanders? They got fun accents?
I don't know. Who's my team? Wolverhampton?
Wolverhampton.
Where's that?
The Wolverhampton Wanderers, but they just go by the Wolves.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, they're more middle, yeah. Go Wolves, baby!
Are they Midlands? Are they in the Midlands with
Yeah, I'd say they're mid to low.
with Albion? Because I like that area. They are. They're right by Birmingham.
Yeah.
Middle England.
Yep.
Shit. That makes me like them more. But Burnley's got them, man. You just can't score on them. So we're out.
Wolves.
We're out. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much. Goodbye.